Go ahead, cousin. Okay, guys, so, I told you I'd be live. So I'm live. Okay. Okay. There's a couple of things on here that I want to go over. And let's go over this first.
April the 21st, 2020. Guys, you're looking at an article that goes back, if you look at the top, 1 week to April 14th. And it's coming from www.legitgov.org. And about this time, Dr. Fauci, disappeared from the scene of these daily briefings from the White House.
Buffering.
And now, the last few days, the reporters have been asking Trump about money going to Wuhan that was involved with this virus, that was U.S. taxpayer money. And Trump said they had been looking to it, and he was very concerned.
Am I still buffering?
Hi, how are you doing today, host?
Hey, Lois Fuller.
Fair use. I just gave you a...
Thank you. Bill, am I still buffering? It might be me trying to play. It might be where I tried to play a video. I'm going to try to play it, and if I buffer, let me know. Yeah, this is fair use due to the copyright law. So listen, if I try to play this video, Bill sent it to me. If I try to play this and it starts buffering, let me know, and I'll
It's not buffering now.
Okay. If it buffers when I go to play this, let me know, and I'll stop it. And we'll go over the document for the WO 060606, okay?
You look at some of just the last few days. It says the U.S. government gave $3.7 million to a grant to a Wuhan lab at the center of the coronavirus leak scrutiny. The U.S. National Institutes of Health government agency awarded $3.7 million research grants to the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The lab is the center of the several theories that suggest it is the original source of the coronavirus outbreak. Now, guys, what happened? Under the Obama administration, 2014, the U.S., under the NIH, under Dr. Fauci, if I'm not mistaken, was researching this very virus. And I don't know if they deemed it too expensive or too dangerous, but they shut off funding to the NIH and told them, do not fool with this anymore. And it would be illegal to use money to do it. So what did Fauci do? He broke the law, bypassed this procedure, and sent the $3.7 million to Wuhan. The virus comes out, Fauci's saying, it's okay, you don't have to worry about it, it's not a big deal. But he's kind of missing right now, guys. Don't know why. This may be the very reason. And if you watched Trump in the last week or so, he's been going against the doctors. Just a couple of days ago, he told Dr. Briggs, she was showing these slides about China and Iran and everything. You guys probably saw it. And he just stopped it and said, hold on, back that slide up. Does anybody believe these numbers? Fauci was already gone. Where's he at now? Is he under arrest or house arrest? He's not showing up at the White House. And he got caught breaking the law and causing the most deadly virus, or let me say this, the scare of a deadly virus that has shut down the economy of the world as he broke the law. But it says the Chinese laboratory at the center of scrutiny over a potential coronavirus leak has been using U.S. government money to carry out research on bats from the caves which scientists believe are the original source of the deadly outbreak. U.S. taxpayer money. You and I have been paying Fauci at the NIH to send money to China to design this disaster. The Wuhan Institute of Virology undertook coronavirus experiments on mammals captured more than 1,000 miles away in Yunnan, which was funded by a $3.7 million grant from the U.S. government, against the law. Fauci signed the papers. Sequencing the COVID-19 genome has traced it back to bats found in Yunnan caves, but it was first thought to have been transferred to humans at an animal market in Wuhan. Guys, we know where this came from. But why did Fauci do this? Why did he downplay this at first? The revelation that the Wuhan Institute was experimenting on bats from the area already known to be the source of COVID-19, and doing so with American money has sparked thought the market is the original outbreak source. If you haven't looked, days ago, and Trump said, we are watching it, we've been watching it, and it's not a good thing. And Fauci is missing. Where is Dr. Fauci? Where will Dr. Bricks be before long? It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.
I'm sorry about that, Bill. I didn't want that to show, but it did anyways. This was what I was going to show you next. Okay. So this is what we've all been talking about with the cryptocurrency, the system using body activity data, and WO2020606006. Now, we can say WO in the beginning, it could mean world order, and then, the 2020, the year, and then, of course, 060606, the mark of the man, mark of the beast, because 666 is mark of man and mark of the beast. And we know that if we read in our Bible.
Because he's related by blood to Bill Gates, that's why they have an invested interest in vaccination.
I don't know if y'all can hear this thing reading your comments to me. I don't know how to make that quit. That's funny, though. Yes, they are all related. It all ties way back into the bloodlines. All of this goes together. It's so crazy. That's why I wanted to bring this to y'all and show you. The app I was on earlier that I went live with, it doesn't allow me to show the screen. I have another app, I think, that allows me to show the screen, but I haven't figured it out yet. So we're going to try this one. And since it was buffering to begin with when I first came on, everybody please let me know if it starts to buffer while we go through this article, okay? Now, as you can see, there are so many different things here that we can click on. The description, the claims, the drawings, documents, notices, all of that. So right here, it talks about the title, Cryptocurrency System Using Body Activity Data. Okay, so first off, if our body was to put out data like internet, then...
Do not sound like a woman, don't laugh.
So, it's funny because you heard it. Okay, so y'all can hear it reading it to me. I don't know how to turn that off. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I did. But, you know what? You made me laugh today, so thanks. If our body was to put off activity data, that would mean that we would have some type of AI, internet, something like that. Think about it in that form. That's a little crazy. So cryptocurrency system, and then we see the cloud goes down here to communication network. And if you notice, they're both clouds. And then over here we have this machine looking thing that says 110. And then we have the 120 and the 150. The human is 145, the sensor is 140, and the user device is 130. This is figure 1. So now as we go down here, it talks about how human body activity associated with a task provider to a user may be used in a mining process of a cryptocurrency system. A server may provide a task to a device of a user, which is communicative. Sorry, guys. Let's see. So basically, what I'm trying to. Okay, body activity data may be generated based. So it's telling us that the body activity data may be generated based on the sensed body activity of the user. The cryptocurrency system can be coupled to the device of the user may verify if the body activity data satisfies one or more conditions. Hey, Bobcat. You caught me live. So it can be set if it satisfies one or more conditions set by the cryptocurrency system and award cryptocurrency to the user whose body activity data is verified. And then that's in French. Okay, down here, this is where I got it was like WO and then 2020 and then 060606. I was thinking world order 2020 and then the number of man, the number of the beast 666. And then if you look on the publication date, it was March 26, 2020. Okay, and then the international filing date, that was last year. It was June 20th of 2019. And then there's all these little things right here. View list classifications. Of course, we have Microsoft technology, which is Bill Gates. The inventor.
Satan wants to be like the Most High. Satan wants to know what everyone is doing, eating, thinking at all times.
Exactly. That's one reason why they have facial recognition and the AI set up on every camera, on every street corner, every store, everywhere we go. They want to watch us. They want to know what we're doing, what we're up to, where we're at. They want to know everything. They want to see if what we're doing, how we're reacting to this, how well behaved we're going to be. Right now, on the news, little Miss Cortez is on there going off. You know, the woman behind the Green New Deal. Sorry, guys, I got a little distracted listening to her.
Satan can put an egg in his shoe and beat it.
I've never heard that before, Bill. That's funny. Beat it! Beat it! Michael Jackson, sorry, guys. Okay, so if I go up here, we're going to click on a couple of these other ones. And just for some people that might be looking now, this is what it is, okay? This will be what is probably everyone's considering to be the mark of the beast. Description. See, it says text based on automatic optical character recognition process. Please use the PDF version for legal matters. I don't think I have that. If I don't have that, I'm going to download that. So, because on a PDF file, you get way more information than just looking at something like this. A virtual currency, also known as a digital currency, is a medium of exchange implemented through the not tied to a specific government-backed flat printed currency such as the US dollar or the euro, and typically designed to allow instantaneous transaction and borderless transfer of ownership. One example of virtual currency is cryptocurrency, wherein cryptography is used to secure transactions and to control the creation of new units. So Whenever it talks about this, it even tells you several cryptocurrencies exist. Among these, the most well-known is the blockchain-based cryptocurrency. Most blockchain-based cryptocurrency is decentralized in the sense that it has no central point of control. However, blockchain...
Rose, I thought I sent you the PDF file too.
You might have. I'll have to look and see. Or you might have sent it to me on my other phone and it might have downloaded to my other phone. I'll look and see. I will, Bill. Thank you. Okay, so like Bitcoin, a lot of people said Bitcoin was going to be the new digital currency. A lot of people saw that coming and said it would be. And then there was a lot of people saying that there was no way they could do it with Bitcoin, but a lot of people still believe that Bitcoin would be one. And Bitcoin is one of the hugest stocks to buy into, and a lot of people were buying into Bitcoin. And I guarantee right now, Bitcoin has probably went so high up because a lot of people are worried about germs on the money, the virus being transmitted through the money. So that's another reason why they're trying to push this along with a virus that supposedly can be transmitted like this, even though they say it has to be injected. It came from a doctor that it would have to be injected into you to get it. So, like I said, I'm not saying this is that the COVID-19 doesn't exist. I did not say that. I believe it does exist, but it does have the 0.01% of death rate and infection rate. So, basically, a lot of people have to have, and they came out and they did tell us, you had to have underlying conditions. Well, they're saying on the news now that several people are dying right now. So they're trying to I guess people right now are settling down and, trying to pull away from it and not really caring or realizing. And in the news, they're trying to say we're about to see the huge second wave of this coming, and it's going to be deadlier than the first wave. Which means they're probably going to come out, and whenever people start getting the vaccination for this, it could start to wipe out a lot of people.
Revelations on the hand or in the head, it will be a choice and not something forced according to scripture.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's one thing I've always said too. Here, Logan. I've said this a lot, and you can even go back and look at my other lives. I've said that in the Bible it tells us, in the book, it tells us all about this. It says that you will have to deny God and defy Him to get the mark of the beast. And basically getting it, you're saying you don't believe in God, or there is no God, or you're siding with the devil. But to get it, to not get it, it'll be get it or get your head chopped off in the name of the Lord. So that's one thing I've always tried to tell people too. A lot of people are like, what if I've already gotten it? Or what if, like children getting the RFID chip. A lot of people were saying that was the mark of the beast, but people are putting it in their kids and their dogs. And this is something that you choose for yourself, whether you can get or not to get. And it also says that you will have the choice to, get it, because to eat, to feed, to buy, sell, trade, or die. So if you don't get the mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy, sell, trade, eat, or anything. So that's something else people need to realize. This is going to be a huge thing. There will be no more money accepted. There will be no more cash. It will not be nothing paper. It'll all be in the computer or on some type of digital format where you'll be able to check your balance and spend what you want to spend. And, how would you swipe it? They have the chips in the cards, so the next thing would be the chip in your right hand or your forehead. So that's another way people need to look at that as well. And it says, it already exists, a cryptocurrency. It talks about how the blockchain is a data structure that stores a list of transactions and can be thought of as a distribution electric ledger that records transactions between source and identifier. And see, that's another thing, guys. Here, Logan. If it stores transactions and it has records of transactions and all these things, like it said, basically, if you go to the store and you buy a Mountain Dew, there's a record of it. If you go to Walmart and decide to go buy you, like a tent or anything, then they're going to know exactly what you bought, when you bought it. And if you buy a certain amount of food, they're going to know how much food you bought, what you bought, when you bought it, how long it could last you. This would let them know everything. It says the transactions are bundled into blocks, and every block except the first block refers back to...
This Microsoft garbage isn't the mark of the beast system. I don't know what is. I guess it's possible that the 666 part could be coincidental.
Yeah, what is it? They don't believe in coincidences. Have faith in knowing that the signs that we're seeing are signs from him. I mean, I do believe we are the last generation. I mean, yeah, we have kids, so they're basically the last generation, but I don't think my kids will get to grow up. I don't think it's going to last that long. I believe that the end is, we're like right here waiting for them to deploy the military and the helicopters and stuff. And like I said, I wish I could go ahead and upload it, but I can show you on here that video. I'll try my best to show it to y'all in a minute after we get done with this, but I want y'all to see what people are seeing at night. So I'll look that up right after I get done with this, okay? So, and it also says this validation process includes solving a difficulty problem. It's easy to verify and is sometimes called a proof of work. The process is referred to as mining. The mining may be a random process with low probability, so that a lot of trial and error is required to solve. Usually,
those who have eyes to see will see through this. I am not that smart.
Bill, you're very smart, and you do have eyes to see. All of God's children have eyes to see, but some people are not. I don't know. I know it's so hard to think about it this way. But guys, some people are not meant to wake up and see things like we see them. And that's one thing that really does hurt, because I want to wake people up. I want to bring people to God. But some people just won't come to Him. Some people are not meant to wake up. And it also talks about it would be easy to identify the background. And then look right here, it talks about it maybe uses human body activity associated with tasks provided to a user as a solution to mining challenges in cryptocurrency systems. For example, a brainwave or body emanating from the user when the user performs the task provided by an information or service provider, such as viewing an advertisement or using certain internet services. Think about what that just said. It says, for example, a brainwave or a body heat emanated from the user when the user performs a task provided by an information or service provider, such as viewing an advertisement or using certain internet services. Okay, I'll look at that in just a second, Bill. Guys, if y'all have not went through this, please do so. This is something everyone should look through. I'm gonna see real quick. a lot of people believe the vaccination will be part of this. So it talks about here, communicate with a device of a user, receive body activity.
Can you post the links, please?
I can't right here, but when I get out, I will post it. I will post these links though. I'll put them in my description box, or I'll put them in a comment. Okay, guys. This goes into so much that everyone needs to know, and this is something that everyone needs to see. We all know that they love numbers. They mess around with numbers. They play with it. It's a key, and it's symbols, and everything. And that's something people haven't realized yet. We're
I
able.
don't trust cryptocurrency. I have wondered if Bill Gates maybe started Bitcoin.
Yeah, I know. It won't let me blow these pictures up. Okay, so despite the great care taken in its
I can talk,
qualification.
but I am here listening driving at the moment.
Okay.
Hey fam.
Hey David. Oh David, this is what we're going over right now. We're going over this new cryptocurrency that will go off of our body activity data. I'm going to post these links after the live uploads. It'll be
Bill Gates sucks ×2.
Yeah, him and his daddy, right? Because his dad is over Planned Parenthood. So this I've went through 2 or 3 of the things already. If you're just now coming in, guys. So basically, it talks about it's just telling us it's going to go off of the body activity. And it also talks about it'll be able to tell about like you're radiating heat whenever you have to do something, and it also talks about that way it has proof of everything that you've bought, when you bought it, how much you bought. They can tell where you're at all times, stuff like that. So we're going into the figures and the graphs. I wasn't able to get all of them. They wouldn't go any bigger. So if y'all can get to one of these links and download the PDF file, you'll be able to figure it out a lot better and see things a lot better. So, as we go on down here, searching authority, according to Article 18, a copy into the International Bureau.
Have been waiting for
David. Oh, David, see me on YouTube. So I got a friend coming in to see me now, but it's going to be like tomorrow I get here. But they're on their way now, and I suggested that you come, David, at least and see, because you're not that far from me. So you could drive up and see and meet for a few minutes, and then if you want, just saying. Okay, so this is. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. If you'll look right here, it says different dates are on here. Everybody sees it. I'll click on it in a minute. So this is a patient and documented, cited, in search. And then this is the date, August 30th, 2018. And the patient family members, as you can tell, they all have numbers. Name and mailing address, telephone numbers. Nobody call these numbers. Well, I don't know. Call them if you want, I guess. Who am I to tell you not to call them? Do whatever you want. I'll click on it in a minute. Is it okay with you if I do that? Because if I do it, it will be showing everybody your...
The last link I sent was to make you and Logan laugh.
Okay, Bill. He sent me a link to make me and you laugh, Logan. Okay, so here's the documents, guys.
Better disclaimer that fair use YouTube MyOL fisherman in the box would say.
These are all PDF files. Ow. See, and
It's fine to share. We all need a good laugh with all that's going on.
I know, right? We do, Bill. Microsoft technology. Woohoo! Does everything always lead to Bill Gates? Yes. Does everything always lead to the bloodlines and a satanistic government and satanic world? Yes. Why? Because God told us in the Bible that this was Satan world. This is Lucifer's world. We are godly people. We're not meant for this world. That's why we do not like this world. That's why a lot of us are having problems trying to fit in. Okay, he's wanting me to share these other links. Let's go back and, sorry guys, it's probably going to go sideways on me. I'll share. See, it's talking about it here too. Human body process. This was, it says back to April 17th. Let's see. Okay, and Logan, come here. I want you to let me go.
Proceeded to lead. All in favor?
I need the news. Good. Rashida Tlaib is now pledged to Delta Chow Khan. That's 5 G's, Nancy.
I was just talking about his yellings. So funny.
Just a minute. Just settle down.
I am going.
It's true. Think back to when you
Run.
Everybody thought that she was this girl is well, let me tell you, I grew up in
state. Do I pledge allegiance to the I pledge to the Woody and fraternity.
Up.
God help them repent before it's too late.
I know, David. So this is what I was wanting to show y'all is pray that it does not buffer. Pray it does not buffer, and I want y'all to see what they have at the end of this video, so please hang on with me through this whole video. It shows you at the end what people have been seeing.
A glowing light come down from the sky.
This is what people have been seeing at night when we're supposed to be staying in our homes after curfews. This is from another movie, guys. Sorry. No. No. Get other channels. When I see a lot of people have uploads of look at that, but no.
Those years above.
I get my info from going on Go, and
That's stealing.
I just said no. I do not get my info from other channels. So only thing that I show on here is if people capture things like in the sky or at night, and that's what I'm showing. This is stuff that people have been capturing while they've been inside, supposed to be inside, staying indoors. And no, I do not steal other people's videos, and that's something that a lot of people have done to me, so I know what that feels like. David, after I get done with this, if you would you please give me a call because I need to talk to you about something very important. Hold on. That's why I wasn't playing the whole video, by the way. I'm trying to show y'all what people are seeing. This person made a collab of a bunch of videos of what people were seeing, and this is what I was trying to show y'all. And it's not stealing. Everybody has freedom of speech and showing you this quick of what everybody. This is in reference to in the video. He's showing how there's going to be gatekeepers. I'm trying to.
Marcy, it's called Links I sent is from my research.
And my life, I should go look. And no, I don't get my info from their YouTube channels. I go from my own research.
Telling the people everyone is going to in the at this point.
Ancient Egypt.
Said- And there-
Tremendous and otherworldly. If not, may have been of an extraterrestrial.
Sorry for the language.
Not on. So now.
The time.
You know. Lots. A lot on and
Yeah.
I told y'all about this yesterday about how all the world, the Earth's large. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay.
Will come within 3.9 billion miles of Earth.
We are not in the desert city. Tim looked sign the comet held mailbox.
Phoenix had their protest yesterday too, by the way.
The first time they saw it, the lights appeared to be in a row. They were coming again from the northwest.
Why don't you go get your mom?
Acts 238.
As the object comes closer.
Bill, David. The other day, David called me and was like, "Open up your book. You got your Bible?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Open up your Bible to Acts, chapter 2." And let me tell you, my Bible was already marked Acts chapter 2, and I don't remember doing that. So, amen. I mean, that's crazy. That's awesome how God works like that.
They described that it was as though they were looking at the stars being projected on the underside of the object. This has been alluded to in military circles as starfield camouflage. There's an object known as the stealth blimp and other objects that are reportedly designed to project the stars above beneath the object.
In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it proper. Is war great for national security.
This is what people are saying at
American
night.
superiority is absolutely, and we're leading, but we're not leading by enough, but very quickly.
Two ranchers on their way back from festivities reported seeing a glowing light come down from the sky and spitting out glowy humanoid creatures.
Hope that Darcy person left my chat. I'm not in the
Reported
mood
seeing
for
a glowing
drama.
light come down from the sky and spitting out glowy humanoid creatures.
Look at this thing, guys. Now the question is what we're seeing at night, them practicing with Project Bluebeam, or what exactly is it that they're doing? Like, hold on, there's another part up here I'll show you. If y'all want to watch it.
Acts 238 Repent your sins to God, believe Jesus, baptized, thought the blood, and receive Holy Spirit.
Amen. Amen, Bill. So, this guy put this, people thought that COVID-19 was a cover-up, that elite pedophile underground tunnels were being taken down. And then this guy, he's trying not to make anybody mad, so he says, that may or may not be true, but if it were true, the same forces who are taking them down could also be the same ones who created them in the first place. Just like Jeffrey Epstein, everybody knows that they probably took him down because
the underground terrorist network has been destroyed here on the West Coast. We are all crisis alert. The situation is normal again.
just know that we're all considered terrorists. No one is better than anyone in the United States.
What do you think, Kate? Why do you love the stars so much?
Because I want to go.
It's so far away.
It'll take a long time. Real long time. What? All the way up. What? All the way up. What? All the way up. Have.
Countries around the world are rushing to use technology to slow the spread of the coronavirus. Some governments are tracking citizens with the help of apps, drones, and other high-tech methods.
Ain't nobody seeing this shit?
They watch them, they change formations.
Now they lightweight disappearing now.
Bill Gates was on the Jeffrey Epstein list of visitors to Jeff's Island, and I've seen pictures as well.
Yeah, he was. A lot of people
You can
was.
barely see him on the camera now.
And also, like I said, there was a huge meeting with Bill Gates, George Soros, Oprah, David Rockefeller, and a few others, big high profilers. I mean, at a meeting.
Is that?
Look at all of these things people are seeing.
What the f is that? I have no idea, but I'm about to get a close up though.
This is why they want us to stay in the house. This is why they want us to stay fucking house. It ain't the coronavirus. It ain't the radiation. It's this. What the f is this? What is this? What is that? What is this? Hold on. What is this?
Like I said, people are waking up
that?
everywhere. They
What is
just
this?
don't know
What is this in the sky right
what's
now?
going on, but
What's
they're
going
waking
on?
up.
They're not airplanes. They doing formations and shit. Like, what's going on for real? For real? Somebody please explain to me, man. What's going on, man? Man, this shit crazy right now. What the? Like, what the?
I can't see it. The light disappeared.
What is them? What is that? Them not stars either. That white thing is stars. It disappearing, literally from vanishing, disappearing, like they turning off their shit. They was just doing formations and shit, dog. That shit crazy.
So, I talked about this last
Cesaro, a
night.
victory for you here tonight over Drew.
You just saw something really special, something that hasn't happened in over 10 years. You just saw a UFO.
WWE will be allowed to keep operating despite a number of restrictions because it's an essential business that's critical to Florida's economy.
Yeah, Trump is
being increasingly open about its decades-long investigation of UFOs.
This is something.
I see scare tactics, really.
You said you've been briefed on
Yes,
unidentified flying objects.
and people trying their
Are
best
they real?
to reinforce
Well, I don't want to really
UFOs.
get into it too much, but personally, I tend to doubt it. I mean, you have people that swear by it, right? And pilots have come in and they said,
Hi.
and these are pilots that are
Hello, Toms and
not pilots
Sons.
that are
It's Ava.
into that
Hey,
particular
hey.
world. But we have had people saying that they've seen things. I'm not a believer, but you know,
God bless
I guess
you.
anything's possible.
God bless you too. Thank you so much for
all the
everything you've
mysteries out
done,
there. Now, I was
and
just
thank
struck in
you
the
for
last
letting me on
couple
your
weeks
channel
reading more and more
yesterday.
Navy pilots
I
seeing lots
appreciate
and
it,
lots
and it meant a lot
of
to me.
UFOs. Have you been briefed on that?
So thank you.
I want them to think whatever they think. They do say. I mean, I've
God
seen,
bless you,
and
Abba.
I've read, I've heard, and I did have one very brief meeting on it. But people are saying it, not particularly.
Like I said, they've been trying to UFO alien thing in our face so hard.
Great pilots would know.
Bilbo.
And some of them really see things that are we're going to see.
Like, draw small.
I don't know if y'all have seen this video.
Are these the aliens that you've seen? No, but you see.
Those left fighting over.
Had a mouth?
Yeah.
They have nostrils, but they don't. Do they breathe oxygen? Yes, they can breathe oxygen. On their planet is very similar, but it's a binary star system, so.
Really listen.
Sorry, I don't know how to turn that off. My phone is shitty, and I don't know how to turn it off.
They kind of look aliens from Dreamcast. They don't look like really close to the. Well,
So that whole he puts in there just to show you that the army man and the about what's and when it comes and that they look like a lot of them. Yeah, I believe an angel or both. A lot. There's different species of aliens to be. That's the mad at.
I don't know why President Obama has.
Don't get mad at anyone about aliens. That's something that no one knows. For you pray discernment to give you an opinion and like help you discern what you believe, but don't get mad at people whenever they and aliens or they think aliens are demons or fallen angels. Little things like that, it's not a salvation issue. It's not going to get you to heaven. So don't get mad at someone for that. We don't need to separate over an opinion such as something like that. Like I said, this video is very good if y'all want to watch it yourself.
Supported Joe Biden a long time ago. There's something he feels is wrong. Why isn't he'll come out? I'm sure he's got to come out at some point, because he certainly doesn't want to see me for 4 more years. We're not. We think a little bit differently.
And actually,
that looks like me. Look at those ears.
and he was the overseer of the pyramid city of Cheops and Kefren and Minka. And actually,
that looks like me.
And actually,
that looks like me.
And actually,
that looks like me.
We are looking for the keymaker.
Oh yes, the keymaker, of course.
I will be talking about the phases they've been bringing up.
Rose the other night on Time Essence News, the observatory in Hawaii posted on its website a planet 7 times the size of Jupiter next to the sun.
Yeah, is that the same thing they're saying is like an asteroid like thing that's 1.1 and diameter, whatever that is going to come by us and miss us by 3.9 millimeters, something like that. Is that the same one you're talking about? The object that's supposed to about miss us? And also, whenever they say energy points, they believe that mass sacrifice creates a massive energy point. And also, one of the main things that they love is these and love to sacrifice. And to them, back in the old days, this is something I wanted to show y'all, so I'm going to give this a minute.
The same images Planet X News has been showing on SDO satellite imagery for years.
Yes. I'm pausing this because I wanted y'all to see these symbols. That's why I was letting it play right here.
No different object.
Gotcha. Okay, so whenever you hear, they used to sacrifice virgins into fire to get rain, it wasn't virgins.
Jesus is the bright and morning star.
Yes, he is, David. Whenever you hear about them sacrificing virgins into the fire so it would rain to the gods and all that, it's not really virgins. They just use that term.
It's a planetary body on an elliptical orbit.
They actually, whenever they say the word virgin, they're actually meaning babies. Because to Satan, Lucifer, and these elites and these demons, the most purest form of innocence is a baby or a child. They say after 8 it is too late. So just keep that in mind. Now this right here is talking about energy points, and just pay attention to all of these things right here. This is, they want to open another dimension store. CERN's been trying this for years. A lot of people put that on their house and on their Christmas trees. There's Shiva. We see all of these symbols everywhere all the time, and so many more, and it's just to keep the subliminal going. And when you see the signs and you know what they are and you wake up enough to them and you start to see it all for what it really is, it's truly amazing. And right now there's so many people waking up. This is where I showed at the end of that, but a lot of people this.
Winfrey. It was like, well, the new Superman.
Asking them the questions. I mean, most medical school curriculums, even nursing curriculum. I mean, in medical school, you're lucky if you have a on vaccines.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back to the beginning of Sorry.
We really don't have very safety monitoring, and this adds to the miscommunication and the misapprehensions because we're not able to class what have occurred due to particular vaccine. It's
Good night.
be able to
Jesus'
give
mighty name.
a
I
very
forgot to
factual
mention it,
account
but
of
Bill
what
Gates
exactly has
sucks.
happened and what the cause of deaths are. But in most cases, there's some obfuscation at that level.
First
God bless you,
accusation
Bill.
is
Thank you
it
for
is the
coming.
adjuvant. And yet, without adjuvants, we are not going to have the next generation of vaccines. And many of the vaccines that we do have, ranging from tetanus through to HPV,
And you know what God is going to give
require
them what they
adjuvants
want,
in order for
riding a
them to
white
work.
horse with a
I
bow.
give
It's sad.
courses every year on how do you develop vaccines, how do you make vaccines. And the first lesson is, while you're making your vaccine, if you can avoid using an adjuvant, please do so. The major health concern which we are seeing are accusations of long-term effects.
We have a very wobbly health professional frontline that is starting to question vaccines and the safety of vaccines. When the frontline professionals are starting to question, or they don't feel like they have enough confidence about the safety to stand up to it to the person asking them the questions. I mean, most medical school curriculums, even nursing curriculums, I mean, in medical school, you're lucky if you have a half day on vaccines.
So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. One issue that really grabbed me as urgent were issues related to population, reproductive health.
Demon speaking.
Did you come to reproductive issues as an intellectual?
When I was growing up, my parents were always involved in various volunteer things. My dad was head of Planned Parenthood, and it was very controversial to be involved with that.
Behind closed doors on this New York campus, a secret gathering of some of the world's most powerful people. Gates, Buffett, Bloomberg, Winfrey. It was like, well, the new Superman and Wonder Woman. George Soros, Ted Turner, David Rockefeller, they're worth more than $125 billion.
That much power around one table. It begs the question, they scheming.
Space Force will help us deter aggression and control the ultimate high ground.
But critics warn the surveillance may go too far. Roxana Sabarian as listeners.
In China, a drone picks out perpetrators in public, ordering the man to wear a special camera that exposes anyone to fear. And in Tunisia, suspected violators of the country's lockdown. All high-tech tools designed to slow the spread of COVID-19. The extent of surveillance is from 3 to 100. In Europe, they track people. In Israel, someone who's in. Now, Google and Apple are building similar technology into smartphones, and President Trump says is looking into. All U.S. officials are turning to tech companies to tap people's digital data. Here in by Google shows where the UK's lockdown is working. Visits to shops down 80%, to workplaces 61%. Have had in sunbathe have only 15%. Unprecedented technology.
I don't think we've ever say
Okay, you use my
Macron said they have a couple others agree.
okay. That is
They will.
launching a collaboration to help track. This morning, the world's big giant Apple and Google say they're signing a petition for the virus tracking designed to trace the spread of COVID-19.
The guy that does that, and almost everyone, they say please share all of this info with anyone. So they want this info. If like me, you want info. People have information. Everything I've said, certain things, and 5 minutes later they'll go upload a video. Everything I just spoke. And they will completely steal everything I talk about. They'll take my videos and they will record them. A lot of people have done this to me. I've been on YouTube for 2.5 years, going on 3. I know how it works. And no, I don't steal anybody's information, and I don't get my information from YouTube. I get my information from other sources on the internet, and not just on the internet. I do a lot of research. But if you're like me, it doesn't matter as long as the information is getting out there and getting to people and waking people up. So the reason I'm sharing this is because I want people to see this. Because
cutting in and out.
Okay, I said people want the information out. If you are really trying to wake people up and you are a child of God and you really want people to wake up, you don't care if your information if your videos get shared. People have stolen all of my information, all of the videos I've put out. A lot of people have took all of my ideas and copied them and put them on their own channels and their own pages. But as long as the information gets out there, I don't care. The same thing with these people. They don't care if the information gets spread because they want everyone to know.
And even alert you if you've been exposed. The technology would use Bluetooth data to keep track of phones that have been close to each other. It'll first roll out in May as an app designed by public health agencies.
It's already out.
But Apple and Google have plans to build the function directly into their phone's operating systems, meaning if you want to use it, you just have to turn it on. That means potentially hundreds of millions of people could be participating in what's called contact tracing, but the idea of tracking the movement of millions of people is raising concerns.
Tech companies haven't always had a history of taking people's privacy seriously, so the devil will be in the details.
Devil in the details.
也会有一些网友甚至攻击您，说病毒是从您疫苗的这个研制过程中出来的。您在用什么样的心态面对这种声音？
That to stop a global.
This is talking about how conspiracy theorists are blaming Bill Gates for the vaccine, the mark of the beast, and the ID 2020, not to mention the WHO, and then the 060606.
They're here because they don't want to do the work. At least it's getting out. You go, girl. Thanks so much for your hard work.
We need to make it.
Thank you, David.
Focusing on one country, we need to make it for the entire world.
As we launched a rapid search for groundbreaking treatments and vaccines.
Vaccines for the entire world.
The pharmaceutical industry to come up with an answer. There are many questions about what society will look like once it's safe for most Americans to leave their homes again.
All of these industries are going to be changing. It's just they're about to change a lot faster than any of us thought. So what might have been transformations 5 or 10 years from now, we're seeing right now in the next 2 or 3 years.
Interesting. Maybe the whole way we think about operating as human beings in the future is going to be changed as a result of this.
They are amping up their plan and moving it forward as fast as they can. They are ready for this. They are wanting their Messiah, the Antichrist. They're wanting him to come out. That's what this is. They want everything to happen. They're talking about amping everything up into the future. Could be 5-10 years from now, but they're doing it now. Bam!
The Matrix is a system, Neil.
Listen to what he says.
The system is our enemy.
Minnesota and Wisconsin have joined together with 5 other states.
We have seen this map before, and if you have been in awake and in this community for a long time, then you will see what I'm talking about. Here in a second, he shows you the map that we were shown a long time ago where FEMA and when they were doing the dots and the colors of the terroristic, the red, the blue, the yellow dots, and then where they were dividing the United States into sections and numbers. Look.
Coordinate a plan on reopening the Midwest. It comes as President Trump unveiled his plan to begin reopening parts of the country on May 1st.
There's the map. This is what FEMA done. If you will remember, they put us all into sections and numbers.
God's going to give him to them.
Yes. And I am on number 4. Get a better look at it. This is the sections. This was FEMA. This was part of FEMA and the United Nations, everything. They were separating us into what sections they thought we would best be suited in.
We will continue to work with governors to advise them on how to conduct both surveillance and diagnostic testing.
This idea being suggested that one of the ways we're going to get out of home detention is apps that will be able to track our movements, but more importantly, they're being sold to us as potentially being able to send us a message of, hey, Corey, you went to the shops yesterday. Somebody had coronavirus who was also at the shops yesterday. If you have a sore throat, please call the doctor.
You know, we'll be opening up states, some states much sooner than others.
This is the one he looks great in, David, don't he?
And we think some of the states can actually open up before the deadline of May 1st.
There are guidelines being drafted to help reopen the country. These guidelines is opening up America again, some specific medically based metrics for reopening the country. And here's part of what the president is going to be looking at tonight from at least 30,000.
Okay, so I did want to talk to you about this, so let's talk a little bit about it. They haven't went into much detail. It's about the phases and what will be happening in order to reopen. Here is some of it. And today they announced on, I don't remember what it was on, but they said that you have if a state wants to open up, all of the counties are going to have had a huge, massive declining infection rate for the cases. And so if they want to reopen, their infection rate has to go down, and it has to remain down for over 14 days, and there can be no new infections within this entire time over 14 days. Then they can reopen. That's one of the main guidelines. Another one is they're going to make everyone get tested, and then I think they haven't come out and said this yet, but Bill Gates has said it, Trump has said this. We just don't know exactly if they're going to go through with it, but they're trying to say everyone's going to have to be vaccinated because that's the only way that everyone around the world will feel safe, is how they put it. No one will feel safe unless the entire world has been vaccinated for this virus. Now they're saying there's going to be a huge second wave that's going to hit, and it's going to be more deadlier than the first wave. So this is all my information for today. I would stay in chat, but I'm going to get off of here because there's a lot going on. Like I said, I have a friend that I've met on YouTube that's coming to see me, and they're on their way now. They'll be here tomorrow, but it's going to take them a few hours to get to me. So I'm going to get off of here. It's getting late, and I'm going to try my best to come back to y'all with more info tomorrow. I'm working on videos, but some reason it won't let me do videos. So I've been resorting to this and to the other app I have. So I'm going to try to do a video on my laptop. I have to figure out how to get internet on it, but I'll try my best to do that for y'all. And I just want y'all to know that I'm thankful that I have y'all. I'm thankful for every one of y'all that are on my channel, that come to my chats, that are right here with me through all of my lives, that watch my videos, that comment. I'm thankful for the ones that pray for me, because I pray for all of y'all. I really do. And Avea from Times and Signs, she needs prayer too. Her mother is not doing too well, so could we all remember other people in prayers too? We all need to, try to uplift everyone in prayer. And we need to uplift everyone right now anyways, because we all need strength to fight and to be strong for what's about to happen next. We do know that they're about to put everybody into the next phase of this. So we all need to be praying and uplifting each other. And there's a lot of us out there that are having problems, and we're arguing and fighting with others.
Night, all great info, and I am sharing it.
Oh, thank you, David. I love you so much, and God bless y'all. Stop looking down, start looking up, and yeah, God bless you, trolls. And I know that one of the trolls was in here, and you know what? I pray for you too, because I hope that God puts something on your heart soon, because if not,
at least they're hearing it.
yeah, at least you're hearing some of the truth. Maybe, hopefully God will put something on your heart, and maybe you'll come to him, or maybe you'll just, I don't know. I hope that something happens for y'all, because I'm praying that it does. So I pray for y'all, even my haters. I pray for y'all. I pray for the trolls and the people that get sent over by the haters. I pray for everyone that sits here and lurks in my chats and doesn't say anything. But God bless y'all, and like I said, stop looking down, start looking up. Don't hide, and don't be ashamed of our Heavenly Father. Don't be ashamed. Carry your Bibles, that's your sword, so carry that Bible with you everywhere, because whenever we put on the full armor of God, the Bible's included, because we got to have our sword with us. God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all later, if I can figure this out. There we go.